Hi, everybody. Welcome today. I'm very excited to introduce you today to Sarah Colomina. She is the owner of her own business, Sarah Colomina Design. And she's got a great background that we're going to learn more about today. And so I'll just stop talking and just turn it over to you, Sarah, and say thanks for joining. And just why don't you tell us a little bit about your background, your business, why you started, anything you'd like to share to kick us off.
Okay, it's great to be here, Cory. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Um, I have a long history of design in marketing, advertising. I started out as a graphic designer. It's what I went to school for, and um, had a knack for working with the clients really well, understanding that design is not just about, design, it's about problem solving. And that is one of the things that I love the most about what I do is that we are problem solvers. We provide visual solutions and sometimes even beyond that. If we're talking about SEO and just helping businesses be found. And so I really love owning my own business and working as a small business person doing design work, because then I get to work with the clients as well as do the design.
Yeah.
My background is, I've worked with big companies. I've worked with Microsoft. I've worked with Philips. I've worked with banking companies. I've also done a lot with travel and tourism. And again, one of the lovely things that I like about working with small businesses is, again, having that connection, being
Mhm.
able to really troubleshoot together and solve, and seeing the look on someone's face when they're like, oh my gosh, this is what I was envisioning, and this is what I need to help reach more, customers, or get my message across, or let people know who I am.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, you kind of touched on my next question is what is what is your rewarding? What's most rewarding about your work? You kind of touched on it just now.
Yeah, it is. And so I tend to focus on brand and web, because I think in these days, those are, years ago I did a lot of print, but I think in these days, that's really the best way to reach people. Everybody needs a brand. You have to have an identity so people can remember you. And that's really nice too, is like seeing, like, it's so rewarding when someone's like, oh yes, that captures my business, that captures what I was trying to envision. And then the other rewarding thing about, doing the websites is, it's such a tool. It's considering, what does this client need, but also, what do their users need? What do their customers need? That's just going to make this a better experience for all of them. And so when I can bring that together, and I hear like, oh my gosh, my customers are able to, now book appointments online, or they know what I do. I didn't quite know how to,
Right.
get that message to them. It's really rewarding to see them, their happiness, and also know, okay, I'm helping these clients find the service they need so much easier as well.
No, that sounds great. It sounds so simple in your head. Like, of course, somebody knows what I do, but to really break it down and rise to the top of the competition, it's not always easy. So that's great that you're helping people. Um, and I know you live in the area. So due to the nature of your business, what do you love about our community? And do you solely work within the Denver, Louisville area, or Boulder area? Do you go all over the world?
Yeah, I can branch out. In fact, speaking of going all over the world, I did live in Switzerland briefly
Mhm.
and still continued doing some work for people here in the US. And it's also really interesting that you asked me, what do I love about this community? And, you know, I've lived in Boulder, I've lived in Denver, and then we lived in Louisville for quite some time, and then had the opportunity to go to Switzerland for a little
Mhm.
while with my husband's job. And which sounds amazing. And there was plenty about it that was, it was beautiful there, the ability to travel. But while I was there, I cannot tell you how much I missed the sense of community that
Mhm.
this area
Mhm.
provides. And I've lived in other areas of the US, but this community, people are so friendly and so warm and so welcoming. And it really hit us hard when we were there. So we actually ended up coming back from Switzerland sooner than we were supposed to,
Mhm.
because
Wow.
we missed our people in this community. It just really is that people connect, people are there for each other. I find that I can meet a perfect stranger anywhere here, and we can find a connection, whether
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
services
Yeah.
before, some kind of humor, kid, family things. It's just a really lovely connected community.
No, that's great to hear. And do you have a vision for the future of your business, Sarah?
Yeah, I do. So, I've done freelance. I used to work, agency side when my kids were born. I started taking, freelance projects here or there. And now that both of my kids are in school, I really want to grow my business. And I have found over the last, 5 years or so that what I have loved doing most is working with local business owners here, small business owners, kind of helping to bring their vision to life, and also nonprofit. I am actually on the board of the Arts Hub in Lafayette that's doing some
Oh, cool.
yeah, they're doing some really wonderful things, lovely things, bringing, lots of theater and arts and educational opportunities in that area to our community. And so I've been helping them with, some rebranding and marketing and, a website redesign. And I'm loving that because it's like, again, it's like getting tied into the community. It's a nonprofit. It's wonderful to be able to like help this growing business, reach out and get their message out and help them figure out how to do that more. So I would love to be able to do more of that locally. I still love working, taking things at a distance, but it is really nice to be able to
Yeah.
connect with someone in person and also I think it benefits them if they are a local business to work with someone that has such in-depth knowledge
Yeah.
of the community to
Yeah.
help market them. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. So is that part of the Art Walk Night Out? Is that part of
Yes,
what you do? Okay.
yes, they do the art night out, but they also offer, so they're over in Lafayette and they offer everything from, theater to music, to fine arts to crafting to, computerized arts. And they offer it for all ages. They do children's theater, they do
Wow.
semi-professional adult theater. They're even starting a series of, community classes sort of for the elderly. So it,
Oh, love it. I love that.
yeah, it's great. And I have a background in the arts, so for me it's also personal to,
Yeah, fits
know
right
that,
in.
it's rewarding, right? To
Yeah.
get and people need that. So it's a wonderful
Oh,
thing.
I love that. That's amazing. I was at the Art Night Out a couple weeks ago. So fun.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we did have something there. Yep.
Yeah. So, do you have any special promotions or philosophies you want to share about how you work with new clients?
Yeah. So I always do free consultations and I always say, if you are a small business, you have so many expenses and
Yeah.
you're always a little gun shy to say, gosh, do I hire someone to do my branding and my web? And if you don't know what you're doing, I say yes, you do it. And that I am happy to work with small businesses in whatever budget they have. I think it's
Okay.
just so rewarding for me personally to help these businesses kick off the ground. So don't be shy, is what I would say. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to tell me what your budget is. And I love being able to help people. And I don't think I've ever turned a client away. So
Oh, that's awesome. So all the way up and down the spectrum, you hear that, people? Don't be afraid. It's not, it's workable, right? One
workable,
way or another.
absolutely.
Awesome. Well, good. Well, we're just going to wrap up now. So is there anything you want to add to what we've already, or add on to what we've talked about today or share?
No, nothing other than just like, I love this community.
Mhm.
I have deep roots here. I've been here a long time, probably overall, 14 years. And so I would just love to get to know more people and help them out and, connect more with the community, offering my services to, local businesses and look forward to, you know, making more connections here.
Yeah, awesome. No, and speaking of, we'll put a contact Sarah slide after the interview. So you, and maybe some examples of some of the work you've done. We'll do a little collage at the end, and there will be a way to reach you for anybody who's interested. And hopefully this create some new connections for you. So I appreciate your time, Sarah. It was great to get to know you. And we'll just say thanks to the viewers, and we'll just say ciao, everybody.
Thanks, Cory, and thanks, community.